subtle as daybreak, yet amazing as nature's wonders and bounties. Science is all around us, sustaining generations, exploring new horizons, bringing in new knowledge and wealth, and a new breed of people. The Philippines has always been a country defined by natural, cultural, and human wealth. A wealth that must be tapped to meet the urgent needs of our people. A wealth to be fully realized through science, technology, and innovation. With science, technology, and innovation, wealth would not seem that elusive to many. It will open bigger opportunities and level the playing field, fostering growth for our countrymen. Because at the heart of all this wealth should be better lives. This is the spirit of IDEATION 2040. A vision that seeks a prosperous country where Filipinos can experience comfortable lives, both economically and socially. Kung saan may malasakit, a genuine concern for the welfare of our fellow men. Pagbabago at transformation for the better. At patuloy na pagunlad, sustainable progress for the individual and the nation. It is a future that will be built on pillars with science, technology, and innovation at their very core. To help achieve this, the government has laid out a set of goals where these can play a critical role and thus contribute to progress for the Philippines. In this endeavor, the Department of Science and Technology will take the lead with science, technology, and innovation that revolve around the Filipino. Science for the people. Science for the people is our master plan in providing the needed effective and efficient solutions that will empower and improve the lives of Filipinos and society in general. Highlighting our vision to become a leading ASEAN science, technology, and innovation hub by 2022, and as we move forward into the future. By ensuring that science, technology, and innovation will work for the people towards more inclusive socio-economic development for the country. It will all begin with a 7-point strategy. Innovation stimulated, technology adoption promoted and accelerated, competitive STI human resource developed, productivity improved, disaster risk resiliency ensured, inequality of STI capacities and opportunities reduced, and effective science, technology, and innovation governance achieved. These will be accomplished through our 11 specific areas of focus. Forward, we have the different centers and institutes of the DOST that are at the forefront of the country's scientific, technological, and innovative efforts, with an organized structure of programs and numerous accomplishments geared towards national development. Research and development is at the top of the agenda, with various councils, institutes, and advisory bodies focused on generating research and building technology aspects of our society. Innovative efforts, with an organized structure of programs and numerous accomplishments geared towards national development. Research and development is at the top of the agenda, with various councils, institutes, and advisory bodies focused on generating research and building technologies to solve problems in 5 key aspects of our society. Executing programs that utilize the latest technologies, maps, and data to understand the workings of nature and help people mitigate the adverse effects of disasters and calamities, as well as sharing technologies that can greatly benefit those who need them the most. DOST programs and interventions are also felt through the regional offices and provincial SNT centers across the country, targeting competitiveness of production sectors and community empowerment in the countryside. Setup, or the Small Enterprises Technology Up. This is our moral compass. For example, intensifies industry SNT services, strengthens our budding local industries and innovations, and boosts productivity and quality of manufactured goods and services.
All right, so I hope having witnessed that video, you have a better appreciation of the width and breadth of activities that DOST needs to be involved in. So we impact most, if not all, facets of human endeavor. Right? Napakalawak ng aming mandate. Okay? And that's why we need to be collaborative kasi hindi namin kayang gawin ito mag-isa. Right? So before I proceed, I'd like to take a selfie or groupie with you. Yan, pang Facebook lang yan. Okay, shall we? Okay, so I'm really happy to see a bunch of very diverse people representing so many disciplines, and the kind of people that we want into this discussion, right? So I see people from the visual arts, from IT, from augmented reality, from equipment manufacturers, right? From animation, okay? So, of course, from government. We also have friends from the media here. We will all get to know each other better in a while. But first, let's go straight to the point. Next slide. Okay, so if you see our mandate at DOST, it's really to lead, provide direction and coordination in all scientific and technological efforts, and ensure that the results of all these efforts will redound to the benefit of the people. So, this is the long way to say science for the people. When the new secretary came on board, and he retired, and he was asked to serve again. And so he gladly took the challenge, and he resumed office, of course, in June or July last year, so just about a year ago. Our institute proposed for DOST to adopt a tagline, something that's easier to remember and that is meaningful for all parties concerned. So we proposed science for the people. And you know what? It was just very quickly adopted. People like the tagline. It's very quick, it's very short, easy to remember, okay? But it also really sort of like captured the new leadership because that is also for Secretary Fortunato T. de la Peña. Okay? So parang, yeah, there's a play there, diba? But yeah, I mean, if in this administration he can do something different, then okay yun, di ba? Next slide. Kami naman, we are the Science and Technology Information Institute. We are one of the smallest agencies of DOST. There are about 18 agencies here. We only have 56 people in our plantilla. Okay? That's very small because we cover everything. Okay? And we used to be one of the least funded agencies of the department, but not anymore. That is improving. Okay? Because from 2016 to 2017, our budget went up 58%. And we are hopeful it will continue to grow, di ba? This event is really meant so that we can capture opportunities to infuse more funding in the creative arts, and we want that center to be here at the Institute. Our mandate is really to establish and develop a science and technology data bank and library. So library center kami ng DOST. And if you go around, and I hope you have time for that, you will see that our library is topsy-turvy. We are in the middle of some changes. You know, we had some money for renovation, and things are really changing even as we speak. No? We are also mandated to disseminate science and technology information. We are the communications arm of the department. And when I came on board in March of last year, March of last year lang pumasok dito, I thought we should do something because communication is the lifeblood of any organization, di ba? And here we are, very small, under-resourced, and kuminsan taken for granted. No, we want to make our voice louder, we can be heard, so that DOST can become a household word and a byword in every discussion. So, we are the publications arm. We come up with regular publications about science and technology in the Philippines. We have a broadcast platform now. This is new. We launched this last year. And today we are on PTV4 and GNN, yung satellite to home, reaching the most marginalized households in the Philippines. No? So we also will discuss other programs as we go along. We are also providing training in science and technology information. Okay? Next slide. And we come to you with open hearts and open arms because we are in need. If you see, medyo tumutulo yung aming roof doon. This is a 30-year-old building, and you see the ravages of time and circumstance and the weather, right, bearing on our infrastructure. We need to change. We need also upgraded skills in communicating science for the people. My first day in office, we had a town hall meeting, and I said, we cannot be doing the same things all over again. We will only generate the same result. We have to do things differently. And upgrading skills is just one of them, right? What are particular areas that we need improvement on? 2D and 3D animation. Kasi meron kaming DOST-TV nga, when we started talagang zero competency in broadcasting yung aming mga tauhan doon. In fact, all of them are contractuals, no? Doon sa DOST-TV. And nobody had broadcast anything before. But slowly, and we have proven our point, we can get it done. But we need to improve our skills, okay? We need to enhance our graphic design skills because the sensitivities of people today, especially the millennials, iba na po, di ba? So, hindi pwede yung mga fonts na ginagamit mo, yung mga archaic na, yung mga old English, whatever, hindi na po pwede yun. Okay? We need a new sensibility for visual design. And, we can learn in that area. Our video skills, first we partner with people who have actually really leveled us up many times more than we have imagined, but we need to grow in-house skills and many others. This is the bigger portion. Many other areas where we need help. Now, next slide. We see a great opportunity in the new areas that DOST has defined as investment areas. If DOST gets some money to fund areas for research, it also defines the areas these resources can go to. Now, this year, the Philippine Council for Industry, Energy, and Emerging Technologies Research and Development, one of the three sectoral councils of DOST, actually is putting together a creative industries program. Okay? And you see that hindi ito traditional areas for science and technology. Performing arts, particularly music, particularly utilizing indigenous materials for musical instruments. We have some projects going on right there, right now. Design. How do we bring design into our kind of jewelry, our kind of furniture, etc.? Audiovisual and new media, animation, game development. Okay? We need to encourage that also. Not only in the society at large, but also beginning with DOST itself. How can you lead people if you're blind? Diba? So we need to equip DOST to know what are the areas that we need to go into, where are the opportunities coming from, how do we prepare our people, our infrastructure, our institutions to capture these new opportunities. Creative services like architecture, museums, okay? Traditional and cultural expressions. So, in other words, if DOST has already identified this as areas for investment, then we can only look forward to a future where there can be resources dedicated for centers like what we want to establish here. Next slide. Where does our inspiration come from? Let's see if our PC, our under-resourced PC will play these videos properly this time. Okay, let's... This is an experiment at MIT.
There is a lot of solidarity right from the beginning, because you knew that when you enter this space, somehow you were afraid of, and you don't know what the hell will going to happen.
The whole idea is that we don't know what the result is going to be. What's interesting is that you're helping people access parts of themselves or parts of their work that they haven't been able to access in other ways.
It's plastic, actually. And so there's no clear answer to many of the things that we're posing, or no clear path. It's always pushing to the edge of failure to see what happens.
The Center for Art, Science, and Technology is an institute-wide initiative to try and foster the synergies, the serendipities of being in the same space, of having an artist sitting next to a neurologist.
I mean, it can be challenging to have those conversations because we often speak different languages, but it can also be quite fruitful.
Hey,
Good to see you. So this is actually a component for one of the engine flaps, and then they stack the glass, and that's UV.
Maybe it's connecting different links that maybe, because I'm jumping a little bit here, a bit there, a bit here, and then maybe the things can come together and something new can come out of this.
It's a tricky question, story and technology and who leads whom. And I think when you let one lead over the other, often there is a failure in this kind of work.
You can find out anything online, except what it feels like to be you.
And so in that spirit, really interested in how the technology of media can be used as a process of social change, not just a way to make a final product of a film.
When I began seeing how free people could be with technology, it allowed me to delve into those areas without nearly as much fear as I might have had before.
If you let a process work itself out without interfering with it, you find a lot of interesting things. It's just happening by itself. Nothing is changing. Instead of listening to what's happening, you're paying attention to how you are listening. You're thinking to yourself, how am I doing this?
I've always thought that MIT itself was a center for art, science, and technology. Sometimes the art part of that gets lost doesn't get lost in the minds of the students.
Which are formed by like circles, then you might be able to get a gradient.
It's like 3 bunches on each side. It's being governed essentially by the environment. 2 types of silicone.
The top part, you actually influence the units that are connected.
Yeah, that's good, that's good.
Try to maintain some sort of level.
Some of us deal with science, some of us deal with art or literature. Most of us have to follow a path. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, we'll all end up in the same place.
Einstein said it best, I'm going to ask the questions that only a child would ask. So those questions that only a child will ask, sometimes an artist is willing to materialize those questions in ways that really can shake and shape research paradigms.
If you have a day where you can spend a morning in the lab and an afternoon in conversation with somebody from a different field and an evening at a performance of something that relates to what you're thinking about in the morning, that's a pretty good day. I mean, I'm just standing there holding a note.
I have been genuinely exhilarated by what I've learned is going on here. These are the kinds of encounters that I think create entirely new realms of culture, and that's, I think, something exciting that MIT does really well.
Same one you are right now.
All right. So if MIT can do that, I think we can too. Very creative ang mga Pinoy, di ba? Naniniwala ko doon. So the intersection between art, the soft creative side of art, and the hard science and technology, I think it's an intersection that is full of possibilities for us. And I look forward to it being also a place where we can enjoy not only being with each other, but also learning from what will happen if you infuse art into science and technology. The next video I will show you is a brief one, but it's also an experiment that was introduced in 2009 by Volkswagen. All right, so let's take a look at this video. Nakakatuwa, di ba? Fun can actually change behavior. And yun ang isang objective din natin dito sa center na ito. Whatever it is that we want to create should be fun. Okay? Because fun can change behavior more effectively. Okay? Do we have another video? Wala na. Next slide. Okay. So, let me talk about some opportunities for collaboration. I thought things are developing and these are actually creating opportunities for us to collaborate. In fact, because of one project or the other. Okay? And the kind of response we got was very, very encouraging. So, para bang as an integration of all these responses and commitments, because we're already getting commitments from people to help us, we thought of coming up with a center. What are these opportunities? Well, number one, the National Economic Development Authority, NEDA, put together the National Priority Plan. It recognized 20 projects of the government that are worthy of investment and support. Okay? And of the 20 projects, 6 are from the DOST. And of the 6 from the DOST, 2 are from our institute. Okay? What are they? These are DOST-TV, our broadcast platform. I hope you will take time later because our studio is in Pag-asa in Quezon City, medyo malayo. We're setting up a new studio here, a second studio, to make it easier to grab and record things as they happen here, because most of the events are happening here anyway. And so that's going on right now. I hope you will take time later to see what we are doing, the rest of the institute. All right? The other one is Starbooks. Starbooks is really an offshoot of our digitization exercise at the library. Nakita namin that, attendance at the library, our user base, visitor numbers are going down. All right, in last year, we only registered about 2,000 visitors using our library. And that's not a very good and happy number, right? Why? More people should be able to access our content. However, a few years ago, we started to digitize our content, and we offered that online. Actually, there are more people accessing our library resources online than people visiting our physical library. Okay? Very challenging. You have to break your mind, your molds, all right? If you want to engage more people, and that's what we are up against, okay? So, Starbooks, because we have digitized our content, it was Alfon. Alfon is over there. He is the head of our IT unit, okay? In his master's thesis, he proposed that why don't we package our information and give it to schools? Totoo nga naman. We look around, today, only 1% of DepEd schools have a functional library. Wala na pong libraries in our schools. Did you go to a school na walang library? Did you go to a school na walang library? Iba na ang panahon. Ngayon, wala ng library ang mga schools. I think to the detriment of our children. Okay? Only 24% of our public schools have access to the internet. What kind of graduates are we producing? Singapore? Japan? All right? 100%. Lahat ng schools nila internet connected na. Tayo, 24%. It's a crying shame. So, inisip na, ibigay natin ito sa public schools, especially those in the remote areas. Sayang di ba? We have a resource, hindi naman nila mapakikinabangan. Today, Starbooks is in 1,800 schools, right? And growing. The numbers are growing. Thanks to people like Telstra Foundation, and they'll be dito na Telstra, right? They have decided to move the recipient base farther away from the grid. So to include those schools even in the off-grid area. So walang kuryente. So anong gagawin nila? Mag-donate sila ng solar panels so that we can operate the PCs. All right. So something like that. I hope we can also encourage you. All right. And that's why the second bullet there is, as a center, a space for collaboration. We thought STII should move in and move quickly to create that space. All right? But yung Center for the Arts and Science and Technology is really just a placeholder name. Among other things, today, we want to concretize. Ano ba talaga natin gustong pangalanan itong center na to? And you will be part of that exercise. Okay? So, Center for Arts and Science and Technology, placeholder name lang po siya. Looks very nice on the cover, but it does not have to bind us. Okay? And this, again, is an exercise. Yung MIT video that you saw, many of the projects that they are into do not have specific outcomes, but they're investing anyway. Why? Because it's the learning process. It's the insights that you generate from the exercise. certain media platforms. We own DOST-TV. We own S&T Post, which is a quarterly publication that goes out to 20,000 public offices, schools, and other institutions, all right? You can enjoy the media values there. We can have co-branding opportunities. So this room is for sale to the highest bidder. Okay? In other words, anybody who comes in with a contribution of at least 2 million pesos will have their name emblazoned as part of the center. Okay? And that's something that is not uncommon today. Okay? Do you see a Henry C. School of whatever in all the major schools already? No? So, hindi siya bagong concept, but it's really a great way also to encourage people to support us. Okay? Now, if you come in as a sponsor or a partner, of course you can use this facility for your own events, for your own training programs, if you plan any. Okay? So, hindi naman kami madamot. It's a matter of scheduling things. No? Of course, government office hours are Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. But we can always talk about things. No? Now, every year, we also organize the National Science and Technology Week, right? This year, we had it in July, and we held it at the World Trade Center. 16,000 plus square meters of exhibit space. Okay? And over 5 days, we generated a visitor count of 56,000. Hindi na po masama yun if you are in the marketing area. If you're wanting to touch base with a very specific market, with a concrete interest in science and technology. Okay? So that market we can make available for you. Of course, if, as a partner, you can enjoy affiliation with the Department of Science and Technology. Ito naman masasabi ko about DOST. Siguro sa lahat ng government agencies, DOST lang yung hindi nasasangkot sa mga, alam mo nyo na, di ba? Hindi lang talaga. People are just more disciplined, I think more integral. Yung integrity ng mga tao dito ay higher than anywhere else. So we just do about our tasks, and we hope that we contribute to making the Philippines develop as a nation. Now, because of the National Priority Plan, okay, and identifying yung star books, our library, and DOST-TV as projects worthy of support, anybody who supports us will actually can enjoy tax-deductible amounts equivalent to their contribution. Okay? So that's something we can discuss if you're interested to avail of that. No? I understand that hindi lahat ng companies are interested in the tax breaks. No? And then there are just companies who really see the opportunity for collaborating with us as useful for their own branding, for their corporate social responsibility program, and that's fine too. No, no issues there. Next slide. Okay. When we talked about the center and informed our executive officers, the secretary, the undersecretaries, etc., ang unang tanong nila, ay, sino magpupondo niyan? Saan gagawin yan? Anong gagawin nyo dyan? Alright? Ang sabi namin, anong mga memoranda of agreement dyan? Anong terms and conditions? Sabi namin, ma'am, sir, that will follow. We need to have this event first today, and we're having it, okay? To sort of like concretize, firm up commitments, and things like that. The rest will follow. This is a center that can be funded by crowdsourcing. Because as I gone around, I noticed that people are actually willing to support it, and are already making commitments to bring in equipment, to bring in ideas, training modules, and things like that. So that's a really great place to start. Okay? I spoke to the Philippine Society for IT Education, or for IT educators, and they asked me to administer the oath of office of the new board members. And since there was an opportunity to do it, I just presented some of the programs that we are doing here at STII. And here. Anton is here. He was one of those who approached me after that meeting and said, "Sir, we want to help you." Okay? We have resources that you can use. All right? So, yung volunteerism na ganun, plus matched with a commitment for specific contributions, that's very valuable to us. Huh? And we welcome it. And that's really the essence of crowdsourcing. Hindi kailangan manggaling lahat sa gobyerno. Di ba? In the future, we can have more funds actually going into the center. But I'd like to believe that we can set it up first with the assistance, with the collaboration of everybody. And people in this room, and maybe those who will come later, right? STII can take care of, it's already in our budget anyway. It can take care of the utilities, the cost, security, maintenance, electricity, water, etc. DOST, of course, is funding us. And it is a very good prospective funder in the future also, given the new program areas of this year. Okay? Next. All right. So, we can discuss this more in detail if you are interested. But yes, if you're a partner, you can come in with 2 million pesos worth of investment. Okay? I cannot read it here. But you can also enjoy co-branding rights. Your name can be part of the name of the center. All right? You can conduct your training sessions here. Of course, you can use the space to do your exhibits, whatever. Your corporate events, you can do it here. All right? Nag-uumpisa pa lang ang DOST. Overall, we want DOST to be a destination. Yun bang may pupuntahan ang mga tao? They want to go to a place because something is interesting there, something is happening there. How many of you have been to the Upside Down Museum? Upside Down Museum. Wala. Upside Down Museum is a very fun and interesting place because everything is not what it seems to be. Okay? So it's a small museum near, ano ba ito? Boom da Boom, that area. Yeah? Star City, sa likod ng Star City. Yeah, but they have developed their exhibit so that you can take a picture and then it will look different when you tilt the picture. Nakakatuwa siya. So, yeah, isang concept lang yan. They're actually making good money because people go there to have their pictures taken and have fun. Okay? So similarly, the center can also be developed into something that people want to go to because something different is happening there, something interesting. Okay? And something that may be related to science, technology, and the arts. Okay? So, the media values from DOST-TV, our own publication platforms, you can enjoy that as well. And the values can, diminish a little bit with lesser amounts of donation. Next slide. Like this. Okay? So, we are open to discuss any other possibilities, okay, as may be required by our partners. Next slide. Okay. So, I think seeing the commitments that people want to make right now, we can actually go immediately into training, providing training for 2D and 3D animation. This can include training people from within DOST, and we have like 18 agencies, no? And we have 16 regional offices, and we have media and information officers in all of these offices. So can you imagine? I mean, it's going to be quite a group that we need to train. Kasi wala talaga, no? We're starting from scratch. And we want to set up a design and prototyping facility so people can give concrete expression to their ideas. structure for our library, and they did. They did it in 2 months because we had an anniversary coming up, and they did it. You know, nakakatuwa. So things can actually happen very quickly if the right pieces are in place. You know? There's an area that the DOST is supporting also. We help send competitors to international robotics competitions. Okay? Of course, this can be a place for exhibits, for performances, for conferences, and others. Okay? So there are many possibilities for this center. Next slide. All right. And this is where we come in. I said placeholder lang yung Center for the Arts in Science and Technology. But there are many other possibilities. Next slide. Okay? This is just one. So, because the program thrust is integrating science and technology, we thought this was going to respond to that new thrust. Okay? Next. Something like this also. You know, Center for Interactive Round Creative, whatever it is. Okay? We can put together the name, we can give it a graphical identity, and it will become a center. Okay? Next slide. You get the gist, right? Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Everybody knows STEM. STEM for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. If you put A there, it can become 15 room. Right? So, wala lang. It's just a play. Okay? But we want the title for the center to be something that's easy to remember, that can immediately suggest what the center really wants to be. Okay? That can also depict what its services and facilities can be. So, next. Let's take a look at this video. Next slide. So what's up ahead? Okay, it can really start as a training facility. You if we put in the equipment, tomorrow this is a training facility. But in the future, it can be a collaboration hub for interdisciplinary explorations. Okay? And what is this? It's anything anybody wants to do that has to do with arts, science, and technology. MIT has a residency program, but that's very well funded. No? But nothing will stop us from dreaming big. Right? If things develop for the better for DOST, we will have resources even for the big ticket items. Okay? So we want to prepare it now. Okay. So that actually ends my presentation. Let's take a little time to take a break. Enjoy your merienda. Maybe take a biological break, something like that. Okay? But, so let's give it a little time. And then after that, we come together again. And I'd really like you to get to know the other persons in this room. Because you'll be surprised how diverse and how committed the people in this room are. Okay?
We're having our break right now and we resume at 10:30.
So I deliberately put a pregnant pause in our activities so that you can have time to digest some of the ideas that were presented to you today, and also digest some food, because we cannot be creative on an empty stomach. Huh? So I'd like to call in May, who will introduce a few other activities.
Thank you, Director Burgos. And now we are going to have an activity known as 1 minute to cook it. So I'd like you all to get to know each other with this imagery. This. So this is a skillet used in baking and cooking, and I'm very passionate about that. I'm also passionate about science, and so the imagery that came into my mind is there's a lot of chemistry in cooking, in baking, and the Center for the Arts is like this skillet. So it holds everything, but you need something basic like these eggs to be able to bake and to be able to cook. So now the activity is for each one of you to decide if you're a heart, you're a spade, or if you're a clover. Like I will begin. Okay, so for example, I'll say, "Hi, my name is May, and what do I do is I'm a specialist here at the Science and Technology Information Institute. I work with databases, and then what inspires me is something that has to do with the heart. The people around me continue to inspire me to do better things ahead and to learn more things like education. If you choose spade, this is something very basic, like a tool. So to answer the question, what inspires me? So it can be, what inspires me is a daily quiet moment before I start the day. Or if you choose clover, it can be a special item or a lucky item that inspires you. What inspires me is that pen that my father gave me for my graduation. Something like that. Is there anyone who would like to start? Oh, there.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Rickson Singson K. I'm the Senior Director for Information Technology Department for the College of St. Peniel. Of course, I would always choose the clover as evident because we're Lasal. So that's it.
Any other volunteers?
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Josie Bayan. I'm the National Development Executive for Apple in the Philippines. I'll talk a little bit about a spade. A lot of what the director has said about the intersection of liberal arts and technology is something that resonates with us as a technology company. I work for a technology company that believes that technology is not enough, and there needs to be the people who are going to use and apply the technology. So, and that's my job at Apple, is to make sure that those who choose our technologies are able to maximize the tools.
Anyone else? We can pass around the microphone so you can be comfortable.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Rose Gonzalez. I'm the program director at Moon City Academy. I choose art because we teach artists both passion and purpose. We want to teach not just the art of it, not just the love for the art, but how to use their talent in creating not just animation stories that talk about the Philippines.
Hello. Hi, I'm Anton Malabanan, Country Manager of Wacom in the Philippines. Pwede bang dalawa? Isa lang. Because I choose the spade, being in the heart, we're kumukontain na yung mga artists natin, so we have to start in grassroots. So thank you.
Hello, morning. My name is Joseph. I'm a assistant manager for training sa Power Max Center. So I choose the heart then, no? Kasi when you really love something, you tend to do it for a long time talaga. So by the way, I'm not IT. Hindi rin ako education major. I'm fine arts, but yet I'm teaching technology, education, name it. Siguro my youngest student is a 6-year-old, oldest is a 76 years old. So yeah, I choose the heart because it's my passion, teaching. Thank you.
So good morning, everyone. I'm Francis Uyam. I'm the creative director and general manager of GTO Innovations Incorporated. So I choose the blue, not actually because of the spade, but because of the color of the sky and the ocean. So it means endless possibility. So one of our passions is actually looking for different ways to make things interesting for different people. So that's why it motivates us to create new experiences like VR, AR, and games.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Rika Kamibayashi. I'm from 3M. I'm the Chief Brand Officer for the company. I choose heart as personally I am inspired by connections, by people, by dreams, and I use those inspiration in my current function so that we are able to help people improve lives in all that we do at 3M.
Thank you, Rika. I'm MC now from 3M as well. First of all, I'm not Filipino, so please speak English to me, okay? Actually, we have a very similar vision between 3M and DOST as well. We are starting from science to our life and our people. So I love your theme for science for the people. And I'm very pleased to have opportunity to work for science and technology advancement in the Philippines and learn from you and share our science and technology. Because 3M is not IT company, 3M is not art company, 3M is actually the science and technology company to manufacture. So I'm very happy to work with you. Thanks.
Hi, good morning. Chris Ilagan, also from 3M. Yeah, Filipino. I do choose heart as well. Really, it's the passion to serve, right? And 3M's vision, it's about improving lives, right? And as explained by MC earlier, that's what we're all about, applying the art of our innovation to science and technology to improve lives. So, thank you.
My name is Rene de Guzman. I'm with Toon City. I handle resources development. I choose heart because that represents passion. We've been around for 26 years, and passion has driven us to be there as far as animation is concerned.
Hi, I'm Didi Dario. I'm from Telstra. I am here not as the Senior Regulatory Manager of Telstra Philippines, but rather a representative of our Telstra Foundation Philippines. So I choose heart. Basically, on a daily basis, I am the hard hat legal head of Telstra. So the heart actually gives me balance, and the partnership that we have struck with DOST, specifically STII, was just born 3 months ago, and we're very happy to be part of the Star Books program.
Good morning. I am Father Reynaldo Haranilla. They call me Father Boyas, and really I'm a priest. I was asked by earlier, I am really a priest. I've been working with the DOST TV also when it started until last December. So right now I am focused more with we have lots of work. I choose the heart because, for obvious reasons, I'm a priest. For God, that really drives me before anything else, and love for His people. But I also do love a lot of things like technology. I love music. I love the arts. Now, there really are a lot of things I love. And hello. So I think that's all.
Morning to all. Noli Liwanag of Pinas and Philippine Science Journalists Association. I choose heart. Why? I'm here because ako yung nire-represent ng aking diaryo na Pinas, and to write the event and activities of DOST. That's why I love art. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Esther Callardo, a news editor of Manila Newsweek, also a writer of online news. I choose art because I have heart for everything and almost everyone. But I'm really appreciate this cast associating science and technology with, associating art in science and technology. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Lynn from the Innovation Council of the DOST. That's for the Industry, Energy, and Emerging Technologies. And like what Director Burgos said a while ago, creative arts, or the sector, is a new sector under our purview. Now, it's not obvious that I choose heart. It's my it's my favorite shape, actually, because I act, think, write with a heart. And not necessarily a red heart. I choose a yellow heart for the change, for vibrance. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Iniel, an artist. I think I'll choose spade. Maybe because spade is a spade. And we are here to, maybe we are looking forward to collaborate with you in a future with the heart and the flower. I don't know.
I'm Jessica Marie Suerte from the Philippine Council for Health Research and Development. I choose art because in PCHRD we are passionate about science communication and making people appreciate health research and innovations.
Have now cooked. Oh, last one.
I'm Mika. I'm an artist too. Maybe I choose the heart because I make art because I want to express myself. Yeah. Sinama niya lang ako.
Thank you very much. I now turn you back to our third work. Clover, spade.
Thank you, May, for breaking the ice and helping us to recategorize ourselves into hearts and clovers or spades, all right? So, sino yung mga clover? Clover. Only one? All right, can you stand over here, Rickson? Okay, Rickson, stand up near the Philippine flag. All right. Sino yung spade? Sino yung spade? Oh, will all the spades come to this other area? Okay. So I suppose everybody else is a heart. Okay? So the hearts, I want you to count 1, 2, 3. So we start from Renee. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. One, you're 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, me, 3. All right? So can I ask all the hearts 1 to come to this area? All the hearts 2 remain here, and all the hearts 3 come here. Ayan, and let's mix this room a little bit, okay? So this is hearts 1, hearts. Ano kayo dyan? 3 kayo, 2 doon. Hearts 2, hearts 3. Okay. All right, so Hearts 3. Pwede ba si Rickson will join this group? All right. So as soon as you are together, talk to each other, introduce yourselves to each other, make yourselves comfortable with each other. You will be one group. All right? Maybe you can sit here. You might like to join this group. Jesseline, join this group. Join this group. Jesseline is from the media, so she can contribute also to your discussion. Maybe you'd like to update her what happened earlier. Okay. So we have 4 groups now, and hopefully you are not seated beside somebody you are very comfortable with. Because sometimes it is when we're so that should open up new avenues for thinking. In addition to what have been presented, come up with something new, right? And so at the end of the period, we'd like you to present your ideas to the group. Is that okay? And you can be creative also in how you put it together and how you want to present the name of this space. What you see here now is just space, okay? If you look up, it looks like an okay space. If you look down, the flooring is terrible. We need to change it, So it's a crying need. Okay? So we have 3 minutes. 3 minutes only, okay? For you to come up with new ideas. Aside from cost and the other options provided, how would you like to name this center? And also express what else would you like the center to be? Okay? We have described facilities, services, but maybe you can fill in more options along those lines. All right? So we'll play some soft music to help you ideate. Good luck.